Hi guys, it's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Well, this is Man City Fan TV. This is a live vlog. Sorry, it's just a few minutes over. I've had a really busy day. Hi Kazim, how are you? It's been a bit of a crazy day. Black Soul, hi. But we've got 2, 3, 4 things maybe to talk about. Happy 125 years since papers were signed, mate. Yeah. Hi, Cobby. How are you? Yeah, we're going to sort of look back at... hi, pal. Hi, Chris. Hi, Harris Khan. How are you, mate? Yeah, 125 years is our sort of birthday today. Hi, Chris Baker. You well, buddy? And we're going to look at that. We're going to look at Pep's press conference, which... yeah, it was a bit of an odd one. And well, Andy, already getting nervous for tomorrow. Me too, buddy. Happy 125 years. Yeah, with no history, Chris. You know, I don't know. 125 years, should it not be, what, 9 years or 10 years or 11 years? According to some fans. So, yeah, quite interesting. But we'll talk about some of those... some of those points as we go along. I didn't get to watch the conference. It was, yeah, Pep seemed very angry. Looked really pissed off. Did a Klopp impression. He was giving it all this, and yeah, it was a strange one. Man City's banned from transfers. Black Soul, nope. Don't know where you've got that from, mate. Ask me why you're asking that question. That's what I'd like to know. Why do people keep asking this question when every live vlog we do, we talk about it? Does anybody know if tomorrow night's game of Spuds is sold out or not? Blue Moon says, well, questions were, there were a couple of tickets left. So people know that there were like 2 tickets or 3 tickets left for tomorrow night. I mean, it's crazy. It'll be full tomorrow, don't worry about it. Cobby says the journalists were asking some silly questions. Hurricane team, yeah, I know. Some of our fans want a points deduction right now. Kazi says we've got a fully fit squad apart from Zinchenko still injured. Yeah, John McGuinness, you're new on the channel. Hi, the fans will carry us over the line tomorrow night. Blue Moon, I agree, mate. Fans are going to be right at it tomorrow. No problem with that whatsoever. 125 years, says Fantaranjan official. Congrats. Yeah. You know, we've got no history, so they said to keep telling us. Yeah, it just goes to show you. That history that we haven't got. I think we won an FA Cup 64 years before Liverpool ever did. So, there you go. Sorry, Chris. Yaya Torres says, it will be like the last 7 minutes of the QPR game tomorrow for the entire game. I hope the boys bring their proverbial gun. I hope they don't bring a proverbial gun, mate. But I don't think it'll be like QPR tomorrow. I think City are going to go for it. You've been up to what? Yeah, I've been mad busy. I've had my car in to have some new brake pads fitted this morning. A friend who runs a garage, and then I went to collect it just after at 1 o'clock, and he came back and said, Andy, you can't, it's 4 new tyres. I really don't want to give it you back. And I was like, what? That can't be right. And then my car's got big tyres, the Pirelli P7s. And I was thinking, 4 of them, oh my God, they're about 220, 30 quid each. But luckily he's got me a good deal on them. So he's kept the car. I'm driving around in a Toyota Corolla, sort of hybrid. It's actually quite nice. Automatic, which is nice. I don't have to change gear like I do in mine. But so yeah, so I've been back and forth, sort of 20, 30 miles away to this garage and back. So I got back at sort of 3 o'clock. So thought I'd just catch up on Pep's press conference and then do this live vlog. What's up, Andy? Are you nervous? No, I'm not nervous for tomorrow. I'm quite excited. It'll be a really great atmosphere. It's funny when some fans say you don't have history, clearly didn't learn history. Okay, I mean, exactly. Bro, it's Momo. How are you, Andy? I'm good, buddy. How are you? That's a bit of shit then. Yeah, it was. Swift says, hi. How are you, Swift Matuni? Founder official, don't think João Felix is worth 200 million. Yeah, I'll talk about that shortly. Sharon Hall, hi. How are you? England's finest. I'm going to watch the conference, mate. Be back soon. Stay on here and watch it afterwards. I can tell you everything that was said. Elias says, hi, mate. Hello. How are you, mate? Stay on here. England's finest. I'll tell you everything that was said. And then you can watch it afterwards. Oh, Den's on. You only just sorted those breaks. Yeah, warning light came on the way to Wembley. Yeah, mate. I know it did. I was that busy and things, and then I was waiting for him to fit me in, and one thing led to another, and it's a couple of months later it's took me. But we said when we were driving down to Wembley when the warning light came on, it's probably just a very early warning light to say, you know, you've got plenty of time. Well, by the time I took them yesterday, no, I think they were pretty much ready to go, but then a bit of a shock with the tyres. Because they're run flat tyres, on the outside you feel them and the grip looks absolutely perfect. The tyres look perfect, but apparently they push all the pressure to the outside of the tyre, so the inside of the tyre that you don't really see takes all the load. And yeah, the back two they weren't great, and the front two probably got another couple of 1,000 miles out of them, but I just said, you know, replace all four, but I'm not taking the chance on them. So we're signing another left back this summer because my patience Mendy is over. I wouldn't say that, mate. I thought Mendy, when fit, Mendy is superb, absolutely superb. Don't think he's lost a game while he's played for City. Daniel Nerman, Chris Welch is the best Liverpool fan I've seen because he's honest, he is. And there's a number of them out there. There's just not that many. Yeah, Daniel. Belitho, hi mate. You watching United? I'm gonna switch between two. I think I'd rather watch the Juve and the Ajax game if I'm honest, but I'm gonna flip between the two. Hi Andy. Hi Chris Lindley. Elias, about it has to be good. Swift says, what is it about the title? What about the title, mate? I hope Ajax and Barca will win tonight. So do I. Blue Moon. In May, we have the men's team in the FA Cup, the men's team in the FA Cup and the women's team in the FA Cup final. Can't be bad. Yeah, the only sad thing is that the women's FA Cup final at Wembley is on the 4th of May when we play Leicester at home. How fucking stupid is that? When, you know, you might get more fans travelling who don't normally follow the women's team week in, week out, could have gone to Wembley on that day. Or another day if it was on there, and followed the women in the FA Cup final. But they've gone and scheduled it on the day that we're playing Leicester at home. It's madness. They just don't give a shit, the FA. Absolutely don't care. Harris Khan, Mendy is great, I agree. Kazim says, I fancy Ajax to beat Juventus. It's going to be a great game. Elias, England's finest. He said that the atmosphere has to be good and we're going to play. Yeah, he did say that. I'm going to talk about Pep's press conference just in a minute. Came here from Chris Callan's channel. I like your content, matey, but hoping we ruin your weekend, Simon Stephen says. I'm sure you do, mate, and I'd say exactly the same if I was on one of your channels, buddy. So thanks for coming over. Yeah, it's going to be a great occasion tomorrow night, and then we've got you again on Saturday. So yeah, two wonderful games, two good teams, so it's going to be close. Juventus, Barcelona will go through, says Chris. Elias, yes, we're all up for it. Okay, so while we've got some comments, Andy, do I get the impression you like these live videos? Yeah, I love them, mate. I love interacting with you guys. I think it's absolutely brilliant. Why would I want to just talk to a camera or talk to Ray? No, Ray's, you know what I mean. But yeah, I'd rather talk to you guys, if I'm honest, than just talk to a camera. So it's brilliant because you've come up with some brilliant questions that we've actually done some videos on. So Pep's press conference, he looked really moody, very, very moody. I've not seen it. I've possibly once before have I seen sort of Pep looking a little bit sort of, you know, tetchy. Now, I don't know whether that was for the cameras or what's happened, and if anything has happened or what. But today's demeanour was just, he was like, quite surly with the press. But, the typical press come out with some absolutely garbage questions. I mean, there was one of them, John Stones, who was interviewed first, and Sam Lee comes out with, so seeing as though Laporte's played every game this season, you lot have had to rotate, does that worry you and concern you and blah, 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 blah. You just think, you're putting an England player on the spot there by making a comment like that. Ask a proper question, for God's sake. But anyway, John Stones handled himself really well, and then left, and then Pep was in the seat. And Pep, right from word go, was not happy, or appeared to be quite sort of like surly with the press. And he was asked several questions, in particular about the team. And then what would concern me more was, which I wasn't too impressed with, I must admit, and that's why I'm going to talk about it, is he came across and he was asked, Away says, yeah, I saw you in the Cheeseman vlog. He came across and he was asked about the fans and the getting behind the team, and he turned around and he basically sort of said, yes, I hope the fans want it more than we do. I hope the fans want to get to the semi-final as much as the players and the staff do. And I just thought, there's no need for that, because at the end of the day, there's a lot of games been going on lately, and we're getting loads of grief. So why add to the media's, obsession with it? I mean, he could have quite easily have turned around and said, the fans that turn up week in, week out are absolutely amazing. You know what? And if I would have been at the press conference, my first reply would have come back and said, I tell you what, Pep, if you're not that impressed with the fans that go away and things like that, why don't you tell your players to go over, all your players, rather than 3 players, go over and celebrate with the fans when you win, instead of just 3 of them turning up and walking over and giving a clap and things like that. So I was a bit pissed off, I must admit, and I said to Ray earlier, I messaged Ray and I said, he needs to be very careful that he doesn't start getting City fans turning on him, because Ray said there were quite a number on Twitter who didn't like his quotes and his comments. So I understand he's probably trying to G up the fans for tomorrow night, and that's fair enough. But, we're there, we're supporting the team, we're paying our money. It's not cheap to keep going to every game. Even if you go to just the home games and don't ever go to away games, it's still not cheap with all the games that we're in. But the people who are going home and away and Europe and things like that, it's I thought it was a bit disrespectful, and maybe it come across wrong, and maybe he didn't mean that, and maybe he was just thinking, I hope the fans are there, because he did mention the Liverpool game and said, I want it to be like the Liverpool game or better, and that was the best game I've been to for a long time. The 3rd of January when we beat Liverpool, the atmosphere was just incredible. And I'm sure it will be like that tomorrow. I'm sure it will be. But, I think he needs to be very careful, Pep, that his comments don't come across in a way that he probably might not mean them to come across. And he don't want to start pissing off City fans, because we get enough stick off media, opposition fans and things like that. So anyway, that was basically the top and bottom. This injury news, Zinchenko doesn't look like he's going to be fit for tomorrow, but everyone else looks like they're fit. So we'll see who the team is going to be. Let's go back to some of your comments. Prediction on United or Barca, says Gustavo. Barca. Liban Ahmed, I'm just looking forward to the left-back area. What midfield he goes for, in my opinion, Leroy Sané. I think he will play tomorrow. Simon Stevens, I hope so too. City fan forever. Have been missing these videos because of work. Well, that's no problem, mate. You can always catch up with them. They go live on the channel literally 15 minutes after we finish. You're there Saturday, so I'll bob over and say hi, pal. I'll get the coffee in. I want more than a coffee, mate. Dan. Thanks, Dan. Anyway, it'd be good to catch up, buddy. Not seen you in a while. Well, not seen you since Wembley. Elias, yeah, we have to be good. Swift Mount Matuno says, player of the year, this should be Sterling. He's certainly up there, without a shadow of a doubt. Cobby says, Andy, do I get the impression you like these videos? Yes. I think I mentioned that before. Maybe I need to skip forward a few. Reese Woodbridge is on. To be honest, a lot of fans do need to start turning up the atmosphere-wise. Yeah, I agree, but you have to be very careful in what you say and how it comes across, especially if English isn't your first language. Pep's a good guy. I'm sure he was taken out of contest somewhat. He always comes. Yeah, I agree. But I think he just needs to be careful, Simon, because City fans. I mean, we have a massive fan base that is in an age range of 25 to 45. And we've got the biggest ones who've been going to watch their teams longer than any other Premier League team. The Barclays did a survey on that. And you do get a lot of tourists, just like you do at most big teams. You know, when you've got big stadiums, you'll see it at your new stadium. Arsenal, United, Liverpool, all of them, you know, get tourists. And there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever. But they don't really turn up and shout and scream and make things loud and whatever else. So, you know, the majority of fans, you know, and you've got to remember, we don't get that I don't know, electric atmosphere every single game, because sometimes you sat there and things are so easy. You're just watching the game and it's like, you know, 2-0, 3-0 within 25 minutes, you know, 4-0 at half time, and there's no jeopardy involved. And I think that's when a fan base really has to get behind the team. Like the Liverpool game on the 3rd of Jan when we won 2-1. I mean, there was so much jeopardy in that the atmosphere was absolutely electric. I've not been in an atmosphere like that since the Main Road days. It was incredible. So sometimes when your team is playing such brilliant football, you're more concerned at watching the game because it's so incredible than having to think, I need to be loud to get behind the team, to G them on and whatever else. And it's a fine balance. I totally agree. It is a fine balance. But, you know, Pep needs to sort of realise that and not come down hard on the City fans, in my opinion. Kobe says, Andy, see how fluid the team was with Sane. I agree. England's finals, it's just the amount of games. It's not cheap to have massive. It isn't. It's not cheap. Not when you're playing every 3 days. Hope Mendy will start tomorrow. I think he will. Away days are the best the last couple of months. Yeah. Your team are terrible, says TPGC_legit. Your team are terrible. So this is somebody who's actually... This is somebody here. Everybody, look at this guy's tweet. Message. Look at this guy's tweet. TPCG_legit. So maybe I should ignore him. But I'm going to... Your team are terrible. This is a team that broke all records last season. This is a team that are currently going for the quadruple in April that no other team has ever been in. No other Premier League team or any team has been in the situation in April where you're going for a quadruple. So we've already won the Charity Shield, we've Community Shield, we've already won the Carabao Cup, we're already in the final of the FA Cup. We are literally win every game, we win the Premier League, and we're in the second leg of a quarterfinals of the Premier League. And this absolute whopper comes on here and says, your team are terrible. I'd love to know who you support, mate. Can you just let me know? Gabriel, scoring 3 goals against Tottenham and come to the Champions League is next to impossible. No, it isn't. No way. Don't be daft, mate. We battered them 4-1 at the Etihad last season. It's not at all. We can score 3 goals in 20-30 minutes. Albert Day, I hope Pep plays Ferner, De Bruyne and Bernardo in the mid. And have Sane, Aguero still up front at minute. I agree with you, Albert. Absolutely spot on, mate. I'm with you. Here's something that people say, not me, because we have the old fan base. They are a bit less up for it because they have lived it. Let me read that again, Reese. Here's something that people say, not me. Because we have an old fan base, they are a bit less up for it because they have lived it. Maybe. It depends on exactly what you mean by that statement, Reese. Liverpool atmosphere was incredible. It was. I I think old school fans like me still prefer the Premier League because it's, consistency over 38 games. But that doesn't mean to say that we won't be up for it for tomorrow. We probably have an older fan base that have been loyal to the team for a lot longer period than most teams in the Premier League. So maybe that doesn't help, I guess. I like classic stadiums, but Liverpool Stadium looks like a fabric at the outside. Wardy 2C, love signing, top player, but frustrate me with a bit of lack of concentration against some simple pass away. Did it twice against fire pass. Yeah, but then, a number of players did that, mate. The English fans really have passion, but it's hard to have an atmosphere when you're smashing a team like Cardiff and the game's finished. But I agree, England's finest, that's my point. Andy triggered again. I wasn't, mate. I just thought, normally I'd just bin it, but I thought it was quite funny. I know what you mean. I used to watch City when I was a kid, back when you could get the tickets on the cheap. The atmosphere back when you were the underdogs was electric. Nowadays you win everything. Simon Stevens says, yeah, that's the problem, and it is a balance, Simon. It's one of those where, if we were fourth or fifth or something like that, and we're thinking, God, we've really got to get behind the team, get a Champions League spot, or we need to get somewhere near the Premier League, or we need to win a cup, or like we used to be for most of my lifetime. Then you get behind your team in this massive wave, and no disrespect to Chris, don't buy the Liverpool thing, because Liverpool turned up at the Etihad and they sang "You'll Never Walk Alone" for 2 minutes beforehand. Then they were silent. And then they scored and they sang for 2 minutes. And then afterwards they sang "You'll Never Walk Alone" for a minute. Other than that, for the whole game, there was absolutely nothing from their away fans. And I was sat right next to them. And there were empty seats as well. So it's a myth. It is a myth. And then you heard Ian Cheeseman on the video that we posted earlier today that I didn't even know Cheesy was going to be on the video, but even he said that he thought at the Spurs Stadium they were piping in atmospheric noises, things to increase it. So, this whole, Liverpool have this like big thing. It is a myth. If you watch it back, it is a myth because they don't sing all game. Certainly United don't. You'll get some of the smaller stadiums that might go at it, Huddersfield's, Palace, teams like that. But it is a myth that there's this massive atmosphere at one ground and they just do it all the time. They don't. They absolutely don't. I've seen it, been there, witnessed it. But that Liverpool game, City fans were non-stop for 93 minutes. It was just incredible. And I'm hoping it's going to be like that tomorrow. What else have we got coming in? Do you think we'll turn Tottenham over tomorrow? I do, Chris. Daniel, Chris Welsh, what are you thinking as a Liverpool fan? It'd be second season. I mean, can you imagine finishing second with 97 points? That would just be absolutely frightening. Hey, J Fresh Donner, how are you? Philip Harris, we have a strange demographic as far as match going support goes. The biggest family stand in the country. Yeah, very few fans in comparison to other. Yeah, I agree with that, Philip. It is. Like I said, Barclays did that survey last year, and we had the for them 25 to 45 sort of age range, I should say. We had the longest going supporting fan base in that demographic in the Premier League, and so yeah, we don't have this huge amount of sort of 18 to 25-year-old fan base, though it is definitely growing. And they're the ones who seem to want to shout and scream and things like that all the time. Even though we sing and things at matches, but I guess when you've got an older fan base, and like I said before, you see, you're watching amazing football. Sometimes you just think, I don't need to get behind the team. I'd rather watch this absolutely incredible, football. Just watch Pep's Preza. I don't think he's disrespectful to fans. It was genuinely. I don't know, Ray. I'm not too sure. I thought he needed to choose his words carefully. Troy Setson, which game do you think is bigger for our season? The game against Liverpool or tomorrow? The game against Liverpool, as it stands at this moment in time, was the biggest game so far, without a shadow of a doubt. Because I think if we would have lost that I honestly think potentially the season would be over by now. Daniel, if that happens, then you'll... Gabriel Kwan, why Pep keeps rotating players while Liverpool have the same each start? Because they're only in one competition, mate. Or two, all right. 2 competitions. We're in 3. And we've already played tons more games than Liverpool, so he has to rotate, and we have had injuries. I do agree with you, Andy. I feel Pep does cross the line a bit with City fans because we always sing his name in other songs and use the Palace game, for example. All I heard was City fans. I agree, Liban. I'm not sure he meant it in a way, and like I said, maybe there may have been a little bit of, you know, sort of something lost in translation there, but it didn't come across well to me, if I'm being honest. He wants the atmosphere better than... Yeah, said that before, Zach. Pep's even said Barca and Bayern didn't have a song for him. Say something. I agree. We have a strange demographic. Yep, said that. Who do you think can take Fernandinho's spot? I think Neves. No, wouldn't have Neves. Ndombele or Allen. Not Allen either. I would take Ndombele, yeah. I wouldn't have Allen. No chance. Chris Baker, all City stadiums don't help. Yeah, they don't. It's different completely when you talk about all City stadiums. Andy, what do you think about Steam Company? Don't know him. I just finished streaming on my own channel. Good, mate. Hope you're well. Look at the amount of games we have compared to Liverpool. It speaks for itself. How are you? I'm good, mate. How are you? 2241C. I agree with Pep's words. We need to be pumped up. Yeah, I just think it came across as a little bit arrogant and a little bit pointed towards City fans, which I'm not sure was justified. Beyond female journalists tried to get Pep to say City fans haven't helped the team this season. It's all they have to attack the fans. I agree. And I think Pep should have possibly stuck up for the fans a little bit more. That's all I'm saying. I love the Carabao or FA Cup games against small teams. Very cheap for goal show. Reese, Pep cares about winning, so anything that can help, like the atmosphere was. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you, Reese. I'm not saying that. I just think choice of his language sometimes comes across as, you know. Magda One, how are you? Football Chan. It's Avicii's 1-year anniversary on Saturday, Andy. Yeah. So, I'm sure it's lots of people's 1-year anniversary of their death on Saturday, mate. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. I'll be really honest with you. We need to give the team more what? Norman, what do you think of Lucas Moura, Andy? He was clinical against Huddersfield. We need to block off all space. Yeah. He scored 2 crackers. And on his day can be great. Son. I think Son is a wonderful player. I've said it before. I think he's a really, really nice player. Somebody who would fit into City's system really, really well. Works hard. Can get behind the back of teams. I think he's a great player. The max central, I swear now, for players that is deceased are worth 150 million, which leads me on to Joao Felix. Well, you've got to laugh because, and I'm only going to say this because this kid has had a decent season-ish. Yeah, a good season, let's say. But suddenly, what we've got is Jorge Mendes, his agent, has blocked and basically come out and he's blocked Benfica wanting to sign him. Like a lot of teams do this, sign a player and think if we can get him on a 5-year contract, that means we can sell him for more money. Well, clearly Jorge Mendes is thinking, oh, we don't want to do that because that means that the club will get a bigger percentage and me as my agent fee, I could get 30-40 million euro out of this. And anyway, from 120 million euro that's been spoken about Joao Felix, suddenly there's a price on his head of 200 million euro. Now, it's just pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. City will go absolutely nowhere near it. They just will not entertain it whatsoever. It's that simple. So, if Jorge Mendes thinks somebody is going to come in and spend 200 million euro on a 19-year-old, then he's absolutely mental. He's not an Mbappe. He's playing in a Portuguese league, which is pretty garbage, if I'm honest with you. So, yeah, he might have some talent. It's madness, absolute madness. But if Mendes is clear, you know, we know what Mendes is all about. He's placing Felix says Ray above Mbappe. He's basically saying Joao Felix at 19 years of age is better at this age than Mbappe was. I had no chance in a million years. Because like I said, the Portuguese league is guff, utter guff. So it's one thing scoring a hat-trick against Eintracht Frankfurt. We'll see what he does in the remaining games of the Europa League. But yeah, I mean, City will not enter. They'll just laugh at it and put the phone down. They won't even entertain it or just delete the email from Mendes. But Mendes clearly wants, like he always does, he wants money. He wants money, and the fact that is, you know, Benfica have got this young kid that they've raised within the system, and they want to make some money on him and get back some of the investment and everything, because they've developed him, and he's now blocking him signing any contract with Benfica, which I think is really shitty and a typical agent's move. Instead of letting him sort of sign, I don't know, and then put a figure on his head so Benfica gets something decent back out of their investment in a player. No, he said no, he's definitely going to refuse any new contract for Joao Felix. So pretty much, you know, he'll get an extra 50%, you know, fee, finder's fee as an agent and everything else. It's just pathetic. City won't go absolutely nowhere near it. So I won't pay 200 for. I'd pay 200 for Mbappe, I must admit. We're not PSG. We're not, mate. United would no. Yeah, I mean, United are interested in it, allegedly. But United, I think I've read, United have been linked with 26 players in the last 3 days. 26 players. And that just goes to show you, when somebody publishes that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer might have a 300 million war chest, then is it a surprise that in 3 days, 26 players they've been... That means you're getting rid of every single player at Old Trafford and buying a brand new whole squad. Ronaldo came from Portuguese league, as did Bernardo Silva. Yeah, he did, but no, Bernardo Silva actually came from Monaco. That's where he was playing. Ronaldo came from Sporting. You're talking about a long time ago. Bernardo Silva was at Monaco, not in the Portuguese league. Mbappe said he would like to play for a team like Man City. Well, he's more than welcome. Dybala has said he admires City. I'm sure everyone... Listen, if you turn around and say, look, we'll give you £250,000 a week and we'll give you a £20 million signing on fee, I'd say that, you know, Cambridge United, I admire them if that's what they were going to pay me. So I won't take too much notice about what players say, because, you know, a lot of the time, a lot of it is just about money and finances. French league is terrible. There's no competition. Yeah, it is. Andy, did you see or hear Dean Bellend, Saunders comment? Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just pathetic. I mean, Saunders is just a little, you know, Welsh midget, failed manager of Wrexham. So, I mean, now he can talk about anybody. I think he missed every penalty. Against, there was a stat I saw somewhere that he'd missed 3 penalties or something or other. Today we linked with Pepe from Lille. Well, yeah, I mean, that was that came out. He's apparently got a €70 million release clause, but the likes of Chelsea, Bayern, United are also included in that. So yeah, it's just one of those at this time of the season where people just we get linked with somebody has one game, scores a goal, and suddenly you're linked with them. I know L'Equipe have come out today saying that there's this interest from a group of clubs, and normally City have not been interested in this player, but United have been more linked with this player than City have. But it's estimated around about €70 million. But we'd be up against United, Liverpool, Chelsea, Bayern, PSG, Juve, and you could name another 10 clubs on top of that, if I'm being really honest. But that's Nicolas Pepe, who we've been linked with today, and another one that I would take with an absolute pinch of salt. Gundogan is better than David Silva right now. You have got to be on crack. Fans Orangen official. You've got to be taking spice or something like that to make a comment like that. Absolutely no chance in a million years. Norman Roman, Felix is not a proven winner yet. Yeah, I agree. It's too young. Stop talking about Liverpool. Can you read this? Is not a Liverpool fan channel. Who's talking about Liverpool? I don't know who's talking Jets. I don't know who's talking about Liverpool. I've just been speaking about Pep. Been speaking about Joao Felix and been speaking about Nicolas Pepe. So I don't know who's talking about Liverpool. Barcelona United, Andy, how's your bottle? My bottle's good. I'm going Barca. Joy Barton should be locked up. Wrong, and I agree with you. Absolute lunatic. Talking about Mrs. Mara's at Anfield. Oh no, I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there because if I said anything about that, then we'll be inundated. I think Sterling will be a difference tomorrow. I agree, Reese. I think we have the money to buy players like Mbappe, but we won't do it as we're not the team to do that. Yeah, I agree. But I think when players like Mbappe come on the market, Daniel, you've got to show a bit of interest in there because you're talking about one of the best in world football. Tom RJ says, I'm a Spurs fan. I still think you're favourites, but I believe we can do it. Normally, when I have the belief we win like against Madrid last year, what do you think will happen if we go through? If you go through, semi-finals, it's 2 legs. Who knows, mate? But I hope you enjoy the game tomorrow. Hope you're not too upset when we win. I'm just winding you up. Reece Gundo has been good, but there's no comparison. So, I mean, how dare you say that? I'll ban you from the channel if you say that again. Gary McGolkin, Pep has called us out for tomorrow. Let's fill it, make some noise. I agree, Gary. Elias, 8 years today. Yaya Toure vs Man United. Goosebumps. Yeah. Mag, the one. Gundogan is nowhere near better than the King, David Silva. Are you on high on drugs? It must be. Someone in the comments was talking about them. Oh, not you. Okay. Simon Stevens, if you could choose one Spurs player to go straight in your first 11, who would it be? Son. I think Son would play in numerous positions like he can do. I think he definitely is a Pep player because he works hard, runs, great on the ball, great touch. Could play on the right, in the left, in a 10, play up front. I think he'd be a wonderful player for City, if I'm being really honest. Credible montage. Mbappe, Sterling, Sane. That would be some lineup, wouldn't it? Obviously, Mbappe in the middle. What pace. I don't think there'd be a quicker lineup in world football. English finds out Marshall is unplayable instead. I agree. My favourite all-time City player. Chargy J. You're new. I think Mendy's fit enough to play both Spurs games. Not sure whether he'll play both, but I think he might come in for tomorrow night. Fozan. Bernardo has been better than David Silva. I agree. I don't think anybody would. I don't think there's one person, any City fan, that would say Bernardo has not been better than David Silva this season. I don't think anyone would disagree with that. That's not the question. The question is Gundogan playing better than David Silva? Not in my opinion. We won't buy any player for 100 million plus because Pep wants everyone to feel equal. Well, we'll see. Cheers, you enjoy the game. We'll see. What about Eriksen? Eriksen's a good player. Think he's going, though. Think he's going to someone like Real Madrid, if I'm honest. What's your match prediction? Mine's 3-1. I've gone for 2-0 City. Beyond belief, Aguero takes a bit of extra time to get up to speed after injury of the players. Hopefully, Pep's. I agree. BB, definitely agree. He does. He's one of those that it does take 4 or 5 games before he gets up to speed. No, it's not at Yaya Toure. Daniel, Pep Guardiola did a really good job. For example, Sterling Sane came for 35 million and over. Oh, well over 100 million, mate. Absolutely done a brilliant job. I don't think it was Pep. I think probably Cheeky, and I think Cheeky deserves a bit of credit on this when he gets quite a lot of stick from some City fans. Sack, you and Ray both going tomorrow. No, Ray's in Paris, mate, with his family. So, yeah, I'm going tomorrow. I'll be there. Liban, we need Curra, left back. What do you think about Leicester set? Not sure. Chilwell, maybe, maybe not. Chris says, maybe I'm having a mental block, but when was the last time Raheem was injured? I can't remember. He's been real. He did have an injury. I think he had he missed 2 games earlier in the season, mid-season. But other than that, he's consistently fit. Interesting, most fan channels would 100% choose Kane. Just go show underrated. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, Simon. I would take Kane. I think Kane's a wonderful player. I think if Den is on here and he's still watching, Den is an absolute. When we won the Carabao Cup last year, not this year, against Arsenal, we were in the bar after the game in the hotel, the Novotel, where we normally stay, and speaking to a load of Arsenal fans, and Arsenal fans were giving it all blah 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 blah, and Dem was going on. Orlan Loz is on here. Was basically saying Kane, if he came up for 150 million, City should buy him. I'm not so sure, but Den is a real big advocate of Harry Kane. Could you see Pep? You know what, Reese? It would not surprise me in the slightest if Jesus started tomorrow. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest. Nothing surprising me with Pep. Robbie Reyes, a Liverpool fan, should I want you to go find the option for our type chances? Well, it's one of those, mate. I guess you'd want us knocked out, but then you'd probably be concerned about us just focusing solely on the Premier League. Where if we go on, does that give us momentum? Aguero has to start, reckons Ray. Abdurrahman Ali says David Silva is not playing like last year. David Silva has played so many games. You've got to bear in mind that Fernandinho's been injured. Kevin De Bruyne has been out for most of the season. And he's had to fill both shoes. And he should never have been playing the amount of games that he's been played this season. Not at his age. He should have been rotated. But with those two injuries, he's had to cover. He's had no choice but to cover. And he's desperate for a rest. He's really, really desperate. But you saw on Sunday, you know, there's no denying that. Not many players in the City team could play the ball that he played and beat the play that he played. I mean, he's a wonderful player. Don't rule him off. Please don't rule him out this season. He's still got a lot to give Man City. Top four. God, got so many people on here. It's been amazing. I'm struggling to keep up. Tom, I'm RJ. Top four in order: City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Arsenal. I think Aguero will start tomorrow. Reece Woodridge, but you know what Pep's like, a bit itchy, and yeah, that's what I mean. Who do you think will improve most this season at Man City? Well, it's got to be Bernardo Silva. It's got to be. But Sterling's improved. But I think Bernardo Silva has been so integral to us this year. The FAU Cup final is against Liverpool at the Academy Stadium on 25th. Free admission for season cardholders, £3 with it for adults and kids. And that's brilliant, and it is a wonderful, you know, peanuts in it. You know, nothing if you've got a season card. £3 without. I mean, it's to watch two of the best academy teams in English football. I think it'd be a wonderful occasion. So Chris is going Liverpool, City, Tottenham, United. Going for us just because he's City dropping points against Tottenham, he reckons. Zach says, do you think Mendy will start? Yes, I do. Jet, Sterling, Aguero got another knock in the Crystal Palace game. They should be playing. Yep, they will. My top four: City, Liverpool, Tottenham and Arsenal. Belitho, yeah, bad news. Chris Welch, hopefully Notre Dame victims are okay. I didn't know there was any victim. I must admit, I've not seen the news today. I was watching it last night. I was messaging Ray because I knew Ray was in Paris and we were discussing it sort of via WhatsApp. But I didn't know there's been any victims. Maybe you can update us on that. English Finance United game coming up is really worrying for me. It's going to be a tough game, mate. Since we've got back from international break, at least one player from each game has got injured. Yeah. Beyond belief, Art City playing Burnley. Is that on the 25th, Ray? Burnley. Maybe you're right. Let me just check. I think you might. I think was that the next day? No, Sunday the 28th is Burnley. I was going to say I didn't think it clashed. It's the 28th of April is Burnley. Got to start Bernardo. Yeah, as long as he's fit and ready. When do you think Pep will leave? Another few years yet, mate. No worries. Did you see the solid dive? Yeah, it's just pathetic. Niall. Sorry, you missed that one. I'm trying to scroll through. Let's go down to the bottom a bit. Akash Patel, are you going to the U Cup final? We're just discussing that. Yeah, maybe we will do. 25th, it's a Thursday night, 7:45. I think the kickoff is. Somebody's beyond belief saying, yeah, 7:45 for the FA Youth Cup final Thursday night. Yeah. Chris Welch, yeah, the fireman I saw seriously injured. Oh, right, okay. Kazim, we're playing United on 24th and Burnley on 28th. Yeah. Your prediction for today in the Champions League, I'm going to go for Barca 3, United 1. I'm going to go Ajax 1, Juventus 1, and Ajax win on penalties. There you go. Steve Company not gone to a City game in ages. No idea, mate. I don't know him. Liban Ray, someone needs to teach Jesus the offside rule. He needs to work on it because it's not great. Magda 1, Pep has to start Bernardo tomorrow over Mara. Oh, without a shadow of a doubt. I don't want Mahrez anywhere near the team if I'm being really honest. Chris says Juve 3, Ajax 0. Barca 2, United 2. Wow. I'm brave, I'll tell you what. You're going to get some odds if you put bet on that. Robbie Area, are you guys fearing Man United or Spurs? Both of them, mate. Both. I'm, got to fear everybody at this stage of the season. Don't take anybody for granted whatsoever. Jesus is lucky I'm not on his team. I'd kick him about. Yeah, right, mate. Of course you would. Conrad Cowell, what transfer do we need? You need to look back. I mean, it's too many to go through, mate. You need to look back on some of our videos that we've done on the transfers for this summer. We'll be doing more of them, but to go through them all, it'd take 10 minutes or so. We don't really have that on the live vlog, so we've only got about 10 minutes left to go. Mahrez can carry the drinks, yeah. Magda 1, well, you know, Deschamps loves a water carrier, doesn't he? Magda 1, I would take Leroy over Mahrez as well, absolutely. Do you think Jesus was born off Sunday in the mid-match flag team? Hey, very good, Reese Woodbridge. England's finest. I don't think United will put 2 past Barca. No, neither do I. Beyond belief, I fear the referees more than I fear. Well, we only have to see last season with Liverpool. I mean, no disrespect to Chris Welch on here, but 2 or 3 absolutely appalling decisions, and that's why I always say the Premier League over the Champions League, because it's a cup competition. Champions League, you only need one game where the referee or the ref's assistant is awful, and you're out. You can be out. Chris Baker says Barca 2, United 2. Is everyone on spice? It must be, Chris. English finest Andy, how do you meet Ray? I normally meet him on the phone or at the game. Forzan, Ndombele should be top priority. I agree. If Ajax win Champions League, will you take any of their players? Well, he's only delete really, because Frankie de Jong is going to Barca. He's already signed the contract, so I would have took him. He's a wonderful, wonderful player. The City fans will be the anthem. I think there might be still a few. I don't think it'll be nothing. I still think there'll be sections of fans that still will. Shakti Shiva, your new mate. David Silva, best player to put on City shirt. Totally agree with you, mate. You're welcome on this channel anytime in the world with comments like that. Kazim, Barcelona rested their full squad over the weekend and played B team, so I agree. Abdurrahman Ali, if we got penalty, who's going to take it? Yaya's best. Yaya was an amazing penalty taker. I still think if Kevin De Bruyne is on the pitch, you give it Kevin De Bruyne. I've said it all along. He's got the most accurate passing. Why not give it him? Robbie Ray, Man United get past Barca. I've seen them winning it. No chance. Norman Roman, are we linked with any Ajax players? We're only delete. Rumours about delete, but nobody else. With Pep being a bit of a journeyman in recent years, how long do you expect him to be at City manager for? I think he'll be there for at least another 3 years, mate, if I'm honest. He's got 2 more years to go on his contract, and I think he'll sign at least another year extension. Seems to like it here. He said he loves it here. He loves the city. He loves the club. He loves the way the pressure is not on him like it was at other clubs like Bayern and Barca, where he was just being invaded by everybody, the owners, the everything. The owners pretty much at Man City let him get on with the job. He's got his best friends here. We've got Cheeky and Ferran, who've brought him here. So he just says everything is just so easy. He loves living in the city. He's got an apartment in the city with his wife. His kids are settled. And he said, I can't go out. He can't go out when he's in places like Barca and you know, Munich and things. In Manchester, he can walk freely with his friends and his wife and have dinner, and nobody is intrusive. So he said, I'm absolutely loving my time here. So I think he's very happy, and it wouldn't surprise me if he gets one more year out of him after this 2 years. So 3 more years for me, anyway. He might leave. He might leave at the end of the season. We have got an Instagram account, Zach Ibrahim. Ray, can you pop it up, please? Zach, there you go. It's Mank Fan TV. I don't go on Instagram, I must admit. Ray set this up, so I don't go in Instagram at all for my personal or business life. So there's something maybe we need to post a little bit more on. But Ray set the account. There it is, Mank Fan TV. There you go. Andy, I think he means, how do you and me rate and come to class? Of course I know what he means, mate. I'm too old. I'm too old for Instagram. Liban, yeah, I know what you mean. Maybe Ray will tell you. He'll say his usual line. We met on Match.com or something like that. He'll say. He did say the other day, he told everybody. Why do City fans boo the anthem? Well, there's loads of history, mate, with us and UEFA. So many. I mean, how long have we got? You know, when you know with everything that's happened. So there's about 10 or 15 things as the reasons why we boo UEFA, because they accuse us of one thing or another. They're as corrupt as anybody. Beyond BB's trying to sort of explain there, they didn't refund the hardcore fans at the CSK Moscow game, but still allowed their fans, Moscow fans, into about 500 of them. Racial abuse, yeah, we get fined more, double, treble what racist fans for being 1 minute late on the pitch at half time. We get fined treble what racist fans at a stadium get. You know, and then there's the FFP crap where we submitted. They told us all our finances had been approved. We submitted all of our, you know, finances. And then while that was being approved, suddenly they changed the rules and said, oh, you can only have this, you can only have that. And suddenly we were in breach of FFP rules. So, yeah, they're dodgy, they're corrupt. They're just like bloody FIFA as well. They're all in it for their own gain. You going to the game, Conrad Coal? Yeah, I'll be there tomorrow night, mate, and on Saturday. I got a City fan page account on Instagram with 17.5 followers. Yeah, absolutely, Mag the One. Give us a shout out, mate, you know, and get some of those over here. Put our link to our channel if you can. That'd be brilliant, mate. Also, the fine for kicking off fives. Yeah. FFP shenanigans, yes. Liban, oh, I don't know about that, Ray, but you look more old enough to be. Thank you, Liban. You'll do for me, buddy. Thank you very much, Liban. Ahmed, you're my mate, and always be on my side. Ray, so I mean, he has to shave his hair now so it shows no grey whatsoever. I don't mind showing a bit of grey. My hair's not grey, it's just my beard. If I shaved this off, I'd probably look about 10 years younger. But I'm not as precious or as worried about my appearance as Ray is. I watched yesterday's Sky Sports. They talked about Man City Tottenham game. They said Man City has the best squad in the world. Do you agree? Yes, I do. I do think we've got the best squad in the world when fit. I wish we'd brought the Poznan back. And hey, you never know. Might come back tomorrow night if we win. Zakir and Mag the One. What's the username, bro? England. Andy, what's your favourite Manchester band? Do I need to say any more? I think you can guess. I'm a Withy lad. My mum lives in Burnage. I'll be in Burnage tomorrow afternoon. I'm going to see my mum before I go to the game, so I think you'll know who I'm talking about. And my mum lives literally 40 yards away from their mum, so I think you know who it is. Andy is my... You cheeky sod. Andy, sing some chants for us, lad. No, mate. If I was 18, I might do, but I'm nearly 50. Don't know if I'm allowed to say it. Don't want to self-promote. No, yeah, put it out on here, mate. You're more than welcome, Magda One. Yeah, get it out on here. You're more than welcome. Andy's not too old for Insta. I am. I don't even. I'll be honest. I don't go on it, so I don't have an account, so I have no idea. I know you post pictures and things like that, but Andy will sing loads of songs for you. Yeah, I will do tomorrow, mate. I will do. Have you ever thought about shaving your beard off, not trying to be cheeky? I actually had to shave my... I was in... Where was I last Christmas? Not last Christmas. I was in Amsterdam. I was training some pilots at an academy in Amsterdam, and we'd had a bit of a late night the night before, and it was very early in the morning, about 5 o'clock, and I was going to check out and then go to the training centre, to the simulators, and I had my shaver, and all I wanted to do was just do a little bit of a trim, and I went, and I just sort of slipped, and I cut a big thing out. Well, I couldn't go like that, so I had to have a whole goatee and everything else, but, you know, 3-4 days later, it was back again, thank God for that. See you tomorrow. See you, Daniel, for kick-off. Scream your hearts out. Hate UA for Love City. I agree. And he's a big Smiths fan. I'm not sure I am, mate. Oasis for life. My dad used to be mates with Nolly. Had a fight with him once, believe it or not. Wow. What, with Noel Gallagher? He's got to be about 3 times your age, Reese. We shall fear... Who shall we fear the most in Europe? Hey, Juve are solid. Favourite takeaway? Mine's fish and chips. I guess if I'm getting a takeaway, for, yeah, maybe fish and chips, or, I don't know, Chinese or something, because my wife makes the Indian, so. David Silver, our Spanish Lionel Messi, loving the chat. Thank you, Shakti. Leroy, well, how long we got? Oh, we've got 3, we're just hitting 3 minutes of extra time, so. Here we go. Burnage, Oasis born. Burnage, yeah, it's Burnage. I'm not Oasis born. I don't know where you're Oasis born. Is that what you're trying to say in English Spanish? No, I'm Withenshaw, I'm Woodhouse Park. But my mum moved to Burnage when I was 16, 17. So she's been there for the last 32 years. So I'm going to follow you guys now and make a shout out. Thank you very much. Hi, Andy. How are you, mate? Andy lives take that. Andy loves take that simply. I do like Stone Roses, not gonna lie. Yep. Nothing wrong with the Stone Roses, mate. Piss off, Ray. Well, Ray, I tell you what, I can show you my LPs, I can show you my albums. Ray, do you want to show everybody your albums? I'm sure you won't be too, I'm sure people won't be too impressed. But I can show you some of mine if you like. Your top 5 managers in the year besides Pep. Tough one, Norman. Going to take ages to go through that. Chris Welch, see you later. Take care. Yeah. Chicken and stuffing baguette. Wow. Yeah, I agree on the events. It's amazing. The are an absolutely very, very good team. There's no doubt about it. Do you like any of the sports apart from football? Yeah, I like cricket, golf. Don't watch golf as much. I used to play a lot of golf, but I like cricket, 2020 and stuff like that. I like watching Formula 1. Can it go into penalties? Yeah. Favourite city strip? Black and red stripes. Go and check out John Grogan. Go and check out the video I did on the Puma kits. You'll see it a few videos back. I did it. I don't know when I did it. Thursday, Friday. I did a thing on the old kits and looking at some of the new future concept kits for Puma. And I've shown you the black and red stripe one. That's my favourite. Smiths for me. My dad had a fight with him. Oh, your dad did. Zach says Sky Sports is bloody joke. Get some City legend like Goods. I agree. So we're down to the last minute or so. So, hi Scott, you alright? You're a bit late, mate. Other than City, do you support any of the local teams? No, I'm a one-team person. Obviously, there are teams local teams and things like that. But no, I'm a one football team guy. I've watched, depends on where you live, I guess. I lived in Stockport, well, I didn't live in Stockport, I lived in High Lane, near Disley, and followed Stockport for a season, the 96, 97 season, when they got to the semi-final of the, what was the League Cup, when they played Middlesbrough and got beat. And I followed as a bit of a laugh, because a load of us were City fans, but there was a load of them in the pub near where we lived who were Stockport County fans. So we'd follow City one week, and if Stockport were doing something else, we'd go and follow Stockport. So we followed them that season all the way through, amazingly, to the League Cup semi-final at Middlesbrough. So I followed them then because of the area I lived in. Now I live in Chester. So I don't really follow Chester FC. I must admit, my lads have sort of done work experience there and things. When I lived up in near where Ray lives in Rochdale, used to obviously follow Rochdale a little bit, their results, but went to a few games, but nothing really. But mainly, yeah, I'm a City fan, and that's it. New order for me, says John Grogan. So you're my age, mate. Pounding by the Doves, says Scott Williams. Best cricket memory for you, Andy. Oh, without a shadow of a doubt, Ian Botham, Headingley versus Australia. Without a shadow of a doubt, one of the greatest things I've ever seen in my life. I watched it, I can remember. When it was on and replayed, and it was just incredible, unbelievable. Can't remember what it scored. Scored 141 and took 6 for something. Hey, it was just incredible. Hello, mate, from Hamburg, Gary Deneen. How's Hamburg, mate? How's the red light district? What do you think about Tiger Woods' victory? Yeah, it was a great comeback. There's no doubting about it. I don't particularly like Tiger Woods, I'll be honest with you. But you can't knock him for, you know, being away from the top echelon of his sport. 149 not out, sorry. Yeah, there you go. Bob Willis took 8 for 43 to win it. He did. But I think he got 6 wickets, didn't he, in the first innings, both of them. Hello, mate. Just read the Daily Mail regarding Pep's comments to the fans will turn up tomorrow. Yeah. Gary, you're going to have to watch the video back. I spoke about it at the beginning of this video, so when it goes live in a second, in about 15 minutes, watch it back. Spoke all about his press conference. I personally didn't think it was very good for the people, but there may have been misinterpretations into it. So, yeah, I thought it could have been, maybe it was taken out of context, but see you tomorrow. Take care, Chris Baker. I'll see you outside the Etihad, mate. Come and have a chat with me, and I'll see you before the game. Do you watch IPL? I don't, mate. Only highlights if it's on. Twisted Wheel, Northern Soul, mate. You've got me there, John. I love Northern Soul. Brian Lara smashing England loads, yeah. I think Ray has got a bit of Barry Manilow. He has got far more than Barry Manilow. Barry Manilow would be pretty cool if you're looking at all his record collection. I'm telling you, Scott. Always red. Sun is out here in Hamburg. Good. Will do. Yes, big man, Andy. I said big man, little man. What's up, Ray? Reese Woodbridge, I've been to Hamburg in New Year. What happens on the Reeperbahn? Yeah, Reeperbahn does stay on the Reeperbahn, I agree. Been in Hamburg before at Airbus, so I know what it's like round there. Magwan, I've got to head out. Take care. Right, listen, we're going. Ray, I've always wondered, why do you wear sunglasses? There you go. Ray, why do you wear sunglasses? Andy, I might do boxing. The summer. The summer. Maybe you need to do some more English lessons so you can write properly at Wace. Stick to your football and get practicing. Mr. Parkside. I'll job over and see you Saturday, Andy. Get the coffees in. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna get you a coffee then. It's that simple. You can get me a beer in, mate. See you, Elias. Anyway, guys, listen. It's Andy from Man City Fan TV. Don't forget, we put a couple of videos on. One of them we put on yesterday, which was with Tottenham Fan TV. And then today, late last night, I got a message from Chris Cowlin, who we did the last week's video, saying can you do a few minutes about this, that, and the other? And as it turns out, I'm on his video with Ian Cheeseman, so Cheesy's on there as well. We put that video out earlier, so go over and check that out as well. It's just my thoughts on last week and this week, and Cheesy's thoughts on last week and this week games. And Cheesy actually gives the Spurs stadium a little bit of grief, which was be interesting, Ray, whether you agree with what he says. I don't know, because I wasn't there at the game. You were. All the best, Scott. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, share it out there. If you're on Instagram or Facebook or whatever else, send the link to this video and say, look, go over and check them out. Football fans, you don't have to be, you know, you've seen today, Liverpool fans, Spurs fans, United fans, whatever. Tell them to come over, subscribe to the channel, have a chat. We do live vlogs. As long as people are respectful, I don't care who you support. It's all about supporting football. And yeah, obviously, more City fans on here is wonderful for us, but we don't mind interacting. And you know, as we've seen Liverpool and City fans on here live in the same city, and they've now been put together, and possibly one day I'll meet up because of it. So listen, we can't do these live vlogs without you, and if you don't tune in, then we'll end up stopping them. But so far, the last 3-4 weeks have been absolutely amazing. We've been inundated with people with questions and really good, really good sort of, you know, interesting insight into Man City, their clubs as well. So we learn a little bit more. See you, Chris Lindley. I'll see you tomorrow night, mate. Have a good day, Ocean Rage. See you, mate. Are you doing interviews tomorrow, Mike? Yeah, I'll be. You know where I am. I'll be outside the Blue Moon Cafe, or outside the main entrance. I'll be around there from about 4 or 5 o'clock, so I'll be there early. Have a great evening, everyone. Yeah, thank you. You took a pop at the atmosphere, which is rumoured to be packed. Yeah, you did. Well said. You're welcome, mate. Well said, Andy. Thank you, Kazim. And he couldn't find a way. Levan, see you, Andy. See you, buddy. My new best mate. Only because you stuck up for me over Ray. Live vlogs are great. Keep them. I will do Akash, and Ray will be doing some more when he comes back from Paris, sometimes next week maybe. But he's got more pressing concerns out there, and that's fair enough. Live vlogs are great. Keep them up. Thank you. If Guerrero scored that goal, we would be crucial. Yeah, agree. Andy, you've got some regulars on here. We have. It's brilliant. Absolutely amazing. Bye, Robert Lang. See you, mate. Ritz plays. You'll lose to Tottenham. Okay. We'll come back on tomorrow and tell us, or Thursday when we do the live vlog, or tomorrow night after the game, I'll be going live from the Etihad Stadium. So, or Ritz, if you're actually at the Etihad Stadium, you actually watch football and go follow Tottenham, come over and speak to me outside the Blue Moon Cafe. Just joined in. What's happening? We're going, Alexander. You're far too late, buddy. Subscribe to the channel, because if you click notification, that bell icon, you would have been told an hour ago that we've gone live. Loving the vlogs, thank you. Simon, I might see you at the weekend. Not going to be there tomorrow, unfortunately. No problem, Simon. Come over and see us. Like I said, I'm out round the back of the sort of city store. You'll see the Blue Moon Cafe. Normally around about there. If not, I'll be outside the main entrance. But normally around the Blue Moon Cafe. Come over and you know what I look like. Come over and see me, say hello. And if you want to come on camera and have a chat about football, then you're more than welcome, mate. I want to beat time, mate. How are you? We're about to go. Great channel, by the way. You're a sound guy. Thank you very much, and you're a nice guy too. So you're more than welcome on the channel. Like I said, everyone's welcome as long as they're respectful. John Grow and King Kev is back. It's in it a great feeling, mate. It's absolutely seeing how he played on Sunday, and it's just wonderful to see him back. And that is not, it's 100%. That is sort of still 85, 90%. It's already wrong if Pep's plan was to have a 0-0 draw at Tottenham. We should play aggressive way. Yeah, I agree. Right, enjoy the football tonight. You too, Kazim. Take care, mate. The entire Man City team are Premier League merchants. No moments in the Champions League. No, apart from getting to the semi-final a couple of years ago, no moments at all, I guess, Ritz. So, I guess, who do you support, Ritz? Just one last thing. Just humour me. Who do you support? Always deleted it. Wonder why. Hey, Andy. Luke, how are you? Right, see you, Sharon Hall. You need to contribute a bit more, Sharon Hall. You're always on here. Contribute a bit more. Just got back from Lisbon. Wow, I hope you had a brilliant time. Lisbon's a lovely city. Ritz, you're a funny lad. He is. He's a silent lad now. He's absolutely... Oh, Ray's hidden him. Oh, Ray, why did you do that, mate? We'll try and catch you tomorrow. Yeah, well, it'll be after the game. Or I'll do a live vlog before the game, but it'll be also one after the game. See you, Damp Music, Jungle Bass, and Knock the Regs Out. Let's hope so. Listen, guys, you've all been absolutely amazing. I've got to go, and thank you so much for your contributions today. Keep them coming, and like I said, subscribe, share it around if you've got friends on See England's Finest. And if you've got friends who are on Facebook or, you know, Instagram or another social media platforms, and you think actually they might enjoy interacting, see you, Akash, will enjoy the game, then subscribe to the channel. Give us a link and say go and watch this. But this video will be there available to watch back in about 15 minutes time once I go. And yeah, click that bell icon, whatever you do, and don't forget, give us a thumbs up, and that's also shows us that you actually like the video. So follow us on Twitter as well. Ray, can you post those links below? That'd be great. Ray is at mancity_Ray, all lowercase, and I'm at Aviation Blue, capital A, capital B. And you can follow us on Instagram at MankFanTV, because we're Manx. Big thumbs up then. Thank you very much, Robert. And come on tomorrow. I'm going to go and pick my car up tomorrow around about midday, 1 o'clock. I'm going to go to Burnage to see my mum, and then I'm going straight off to the Etihad. So I'll be there around about 4 o'clock-ish, and yeah, I'll be live when I get there. I'll speak to sort of like the usual cronies that I speak to outside. I'll go and get my magazine, my programme, and sit down, have a read, and then I'll go live once I've read it. And hopefully you guys around about 4 or 5 o'clock will be available to have a chat with me live from the Etihad Stadium, and then I'll go and see if I can get some interviews for the channel, speak to some of the people, hopefully meet up with a few people of you guys who said you'll meet me at the stadium. And yeah, let's go for it tomorrow. That's all I'm saying. Let's go all out, attack, 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 and get the win by 2 goals. And we'll see you tomorrow, guys. I used to have long hair and a ponytail. Can you imagine Ray with long hair and a ponytail? Anyway, guys, take care. You're all absolute superstars. It's Andy from Man City Fan TV. We'll be back tomorrow with the big second leg of the Champions League quarterfinals against Spurs. And see you soon. Take care.